Hey guys, welcome to one of the most staggeringly beautiful Switzerland-esque mornings we've ever had up here on the canyons. Zack and I are very excited, but we're also a little nervous because it was actually raining at the bottom of the hill.
There was snow on the ground.
And we saw some snow. And this is my brand new 1,500 miles, freshly broken in 718 Spyder DeMan 4.5. Colloquially known on Instagram as Strawberry Shortcake because of the incredible frozen berry metallic paint with the two-tone Spyder Classic interior. And let me just say, if you love this color, great. I'm happy you love it. If you don't love it, go for yourself. Don't care. I love it. I think it's fantastic. We got the HRE R101 lightweight wheels in frozen polished champagne, which are 3 pounds a corner lighter than the factory Porsche wheels.
That's significant.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah,
it's good weight savings. Offsets my dinner last night for sure. The engine is built by DeMan Motorsport in Blauvelt, New York. It is a 4.5 liter engine with an increased bore, an increased stroke, an upgraded valve train, an upgraded rotating assembly. It has 13.4 to 1 compression.
Wow.
Which means it has to run on 98 octane, which means I have to add.
Do they sell 98 octane in California, Matt?
They do, but it's expensive, and I don't want to do that. So
do they sell it in many places?
No, but they sell a thing to make it yourself, and that's what's important. The gearbox has been removed, and the ratios changed 2nd through 5th. So 2nd through 5th are shorter, 1st and 6th are stock.
Because one of the biggest complaints about this car was the gears were way too tall.
Yes.
Way too tall.
Yes. In fact, if you were going to do the engine or the gearbox, I would say skip the engine and just do the gearbox because it changes the car's character. But the engine is really something. So this is actually my first day up on the mountain, driving it quickly. The roads are a little bit damp, so I can't go balls to the wall, but red line is the same, 8,000, and our tires are the OEM, sort of, Dunlop SP Sport Max Race 2. I don't know why Porsche used those instead of cups. Some of these come with cups. I'm guessing it's just what they had.
What a sound, man. Oh my God. The resonance off of the guardrail is so cool.
Folks, I wanted to let you know that we have a new level to our Patreon. If you have been a podcast listener for a long time over at the Smoking Tire podcast, you probably hear me talk about it. It's where we get our questions on the show, and we've added a link, meaning not a link, meaning a thing that links together the podcast and the video show. We now have a new tier over at the Patreon that will allow you to get all of our car review videos going forward with no ads. And that means no YouTube ads and no host mention integrated ads. I know a lot of you guys don't like ads, but you want to support the show. This is how you do it. Patreon.com/TheSmokingTire podcast. The link is all the same for the podcast and the videos. And you just click the link in the video description also. That'll have it down there. And sign up for our championship tier. You can get all kinds of stuff from access to our live streams. You can ask us questions. You can get the podcasts before everybody else. And you can also get all the podcasts and all the car reviews with no ads in perpetuity. You get a special feed for them. So check that out and enjoy the rest of this video with my brand new frozen berry metallic DeMan 4.5 liter Boxster Spyder. The tone is completely different from any other Porsche. It has more bass, which comes from the bigger bore. Originally, I said it was like a cup car, but that's not right. It has this really thumpy, tonality to it. And DeMan offers a few different, look at this cloud we're about to go through. DeMan offers a few different exhaust options with this thing. I opted for the quietest one. So we have the Fab Speed header with cat, Fab Speed over axle pipe, and then we have the stock Porsche valved mufflers. So, for instance, if I press this button, well, above 4,000, it forces the valve open anyway, but right now...
Yeah, when you first started it for me and it was in quiet mode, it idles like it's bone stock.
Like it's stock.
And you can drive on the highway, you know, in a civilized manner if you don't want to be full loud mode all the time, which is great.
I just did a super long road trip with my wife, and I was in quiet mode 99% of the time, but now we're on video, loud. Whoa!
Still revs to 8,200, right?
8,000, yeah. Now, because of the war in the Ukraine, Porsche canceled ceramic brakes for the Boxster Spyder for 2022. So DeMan worked with Porsche Motorsport to get me OEM ceramic brakes. So I have one of a very few Spyders built for 22 that have the factory PCCBs, and then we painted them red because that works better than yellow.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, it's not quite the same tone red as the interior.
No.
And so I may at some point decide to change the tone to a sort of darker red to match the interior, but overall, I'm very happy with it. Now, it's a little damp up here.
Yeah, this section can be a little bit dicey.
But, Habibi.
Wow. I have never heard a Porsche sound like this, ever. And I've filmed so many race cars, so many street cars. I've never heard one sound like this.
Now, everything about the 718 Spyder that is good is still here. They haven't ruined it, right? It's still got incredible balance, incredible poise, incredible feel. Still looks great in my opinion.
When you didn't change the suspension at all, right?
No, you don't touch it.
Right.
Because like, remember our friend Nick from VF Engineering said, it's about bringing up the powertrain to match the capability of the chassis. That's his philosophy. For DeMan, same thing. This car has a ton of chassis, and it's all about bringing up that power level and the gearing to match the capability.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a mid-engine car with excellent suspension, excellent chassis tuning, 414 horsepower is just kind of adorable. It's far too small.
Right, did I even say the power? I think I got excited and forgot. It goes from 414 horsepower and 309 pound-feet to 565 horsepower and 443 pound-feet. The difference is comical, frankly. So,
will it push us up this hill?
come on! Whoa!
Yeah. Wow, it revs up so much quicker. The gearing is so noticeable.
They also, DeMan has to use a heavier duty clutch to handle the power, and they pair that with a slightly lighter flywheel to get that really accentuated quick rev up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it moves through the rev range really quickly.
Now, I think you should try it.
Okay. I'm a little nervous about this.
Well, be careful, because this one's mine. Sitting on this side of my car. So while you're getting ready, there is one small downside. The engine really operates best in what you'd call sport mode, obviously, right?
Okay.
That's where it's optimized. You activate sport mode by activating the auto blip. They cannot be separated.
So you have to have
So you have to have auto blip on to put the car into sport mode. DeMan, I clearly expressed my disappointment with that particular feature. And he said that these cars are very tough to tune with this engine to make all the factory stuff work. And that for now, those two features cannot be divorced. He said maybe down the line, his tuner will figure it out, and there might be a way to change it. But for now, I just have to live with it.
If you like auto blip, it's okay, Matt. You can tell us.
I don't, but it's what it is.
Okay.
There's not a way around it, unfortunately.
That is a very heavy clutch.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, you get used to it quickly, but it's heavy. I think the clutch is about the same as the 997 GT2 RS, which was a heavy clutch.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
That revs up so fast.
Yeah, it does.
Holy crap, dude. 3 to 5. 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm a little nervous.
It's like
Not
my
'cause I'm gonna
Ferrari,
crash.
but twice the horsepower.
Yeah, this actually
Just
feels like
smash
it'd be
the
easier.
throttle.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Oh my God, it sounds so good. Whoa.
Pretty awesome though, right?
I forgot to look at the speedometer because I'm so fascinated by the tack and how quick it revs. And then of course, the handling and the ride is very good because it was by Porsche and it's the Spyder.
Well, and it's a street car. I didn't want a race car. I didn't want a track day car. I wanted a canyon car. And so the Spyder still has some give to it. The shocks are adaptive and we have them in the normal mode, not the sport mode, which is really stiff. I just like leaving it in normal.
Man, the sound is, I can't get over it.
It's
I just
cool,
can't
right?
get over it. And then obviously having no roof makes it sing even louder and better.
You know, the Spyder roof is non-insulated to save weight. So it's pretty loud even if you've got the roof on.
Yeah.
But it doesn't drone, right? That's the key. There's no drone.
That rev, I have to recalibrate my rev matching. That went from 5 to 7.5.
Yeah.
Like in that tiny, tiny bit of pressure. Holy moly. What's your flywheel made out of? Like one feather? Just do that all day long.
Yeah.
And that was me.
quick.
I was going beyond the auto blip. Whoa. This
Power's
is so
awesome, right?
Addictive. So addictive. You just want to shift back and forth.
So
Fuck.
at 3,500 RPM, it has 100 pounds of torque more than stock.
Good Lord. Because the Spyder is one of my favorite cars that I drove, like in the last 5 years. But between the tall gearing and, I mean, the power is fine, but with the gearing, it makes it feel like it has 300 horsepower.
Right.
So you got to fix one of those.
It's got the power that you could still brag to somebody about, but when you get out on the road, it doesn't really feel like it. You know? This fucking really has the get up.
I mean, but the Spyder doesn't sound like that either, obviously. Those headers, oh my God, they work magic. Plus, of course, the size of the engine.
This
Jeez,
makes
dude.
more power at the wheels than a GT3 makes at the crank.
What?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh my God, and the brakes are great, and the pedal feels nice. I mean, it's firm because it's carbon ceramics. That is just, that's worth all of the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's the same, you know, with the PCCBs. With the PCCBs, you have to have a little heat in them for them to work. You know, the first stop on a cold morning, the feel isn't great. But once you get a little heat in them, they're awesome.
Man, 4.5 liter, like that's just this far away from your Mustang, your old Mustang in terms of displacement. This has 2 fewer cylinders. Oh my God. That is very well done.
Pretty cool, right?
That is really well done.
That's wild, isn't it?
I just want to downshift it and upshift it and downshift and upshift it and downshift and upshift.
It's the best. And then you can look, and then now.
Yeah.
Now it's just, now I can run errands, or, not annoy the neighbors, or go on a long, 5 or 6 hour road
We'll
trip.
talk about a sleeper too. You can be on the highway and you're in a pink, convertible, and someone is going to think that means something. You hit the button and then wah, and you're just gone.
I mean, it's so cool, and the combination of the engine and the gearing, it doesn't. It's obviously it's loud, but it doesn't feel like a tuner car. It feels like something Porsche could have built.
Mm-hmm.
You don't immediately get in it and go, well, this has been modified in a way that is until you have to fill it with gas and octane boost.
Yeah, until
Besides
you have to become a
that,
chemist.
you don't immediately go, well, this has been compromised, for performance, because I just drove it to Sonoma and I got 21 miles a gallon on the highway. Listened to the radio the whole time. Comfort seats.
The seats are so good.
The seats are great. Got to go with the comfort seats.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm super happy with it. I hope you could see that the road is a little slick, and it's only a 1,500 mile, brand new car.
Yeah.
So we haven't gone bonsai, but today is literally my first time in the canyon.
Yeah, and it's 46 degrees, and there's moisture on the road. This is not a time to explore the max cornering grip.
I'm gonna make more videos with this car, especially once I get to 3,000 or 4,000 miles and I can really hang out at the red line. Yeah, right. But I want to give a special shout out to DeMan Motorsport for the engine, the work and they do with the gearbox, and working with them has been really fun. Shout out to HRE wheels. These R101 lightweights are really beautiful, really light. Shout out to Larry Ammo NYC for doing the full correction and the paint protection film, nose to tail. And I really am so excited because this is my first a brand new Porsche, and it has not disappointed me so far at all. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later.
And remember, always fight your tickets. Use code TST10 on the Off the Record app, available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.